Alright, so I decided that I'll be doing like some PC performance videos here and there. This one's just gonna be real basic, real short. Just my tips that I have for setting up applications that um, you've just downloaded or maybe you've had for a long time, and also game launcher settings. And I'm not going to be showing like every launcher, every application that you could be possibly using, but you can apply the same principles that I show to any application because all the settings are basically the same. So I'll start with applications first. I'm going to start with Spotify because it's pretty simple. Just go up to settings here. Most of these are pretty self-explanatory, but if you come down to show advanced settings, you're going to see hardware acceleration. You want to turn this off, especially if like you probably have it open while you're playing the game. And also you want to turn off it on startup. You don't want any applications on startup. Your PC will just boot up faster and it's just a lot more clean. And pretty much everything else in here you just read what it says. So next we'll do Google. Now Google is a little bit more than just setting the settings in here. So first you can come in here, you can come down to advanced, and the only two that you need to change are these two, continue running and use hardware acceleration. You're going to find that hardware acceleration is a trend through all these apps. You don't want it on any of them, especially if you have it open while you're playing a game. So some people, listen to music from Google while they're playing the game. So you don't want this on. So turn both of these off. It'll prompt you to restart or whatnot. And then also for Google and any other application, search up on Google Auto Runs. Just download this. And here, there's quite a few things that you're not going to want to touch. You only want to touch the ones that have Google, or also if you have Microsoft Edge. So in here, under installed components, uncheck these, Google or whatever web browser you're using. Also in here, it's really nice. You can turn things off that are starting up that you can't figure out why they're still starting up. So task scheduler, you can uncheck all these Google ones, all these Microsoft Edge ones in here. You also uncheck the Edge updates. You can uncheck these three Google ones for updating. You don't need to update Google Chrome. If you ever need to, just check these back, update it, and then turn it back off again. So really any program that you download, so SteelSeries for my keyboard, just go ahead and turn off the update service. You don't need it. If you have issues, turn it back on, update it, but you don't need that running. And then everything else in here, just don't touch unless you research it and think that you're okay to turn it off. But anything in here that has to do with your web browser, you can uncheck it. You don't need it. So auto runs is really helpful. When you download a new program, always check auto runs and look to find if it's got some sort of service that's running even when it's turned off. So then we'll do Discord. I'll bring it over here. In here, come into settings, and you want to change. I always forget. I think it's advanced. Okay, yeah, advanced hardware acceleration. Obviously, want to turn that off. Another one in here I always see people using is the Discord overlay. So overlay right here. You want to turn off overlays. You don't want any overlay on your game, whether that be an FPS counter from NVIDIA, Discord overlay, Steam overlay. You don't want any overlay on your game. It causes input lag. It's like think that the image has to go through like another layer of something, So you don't want any overlay on your game. And even though it's just in the corner, it's still like a transparent window over your whole screen. So turn off any overlays that you have. In here, there's not really a whole lot else you can do. I think maybe under appearance, wherever that is here. No, it's not here. Voice and video. There's this hardware acceleration, but that's for when you're streaming. So if you turn this off, it might be a little choppy to people that you're streaming to. So just leave these on. So that's pretty much it for applications. You can use the knowledge from this for any application that you download. And now for launchers. Launchers, it's pretty much the same thing. You just want to turn off updates and whatnot. So for Battle.net, I'm just going to be showing Battle.net and Steam because they have the most options, and I don't have Epic Games or like Rockstar, all that. So we're just going to be doing those two. So for me, you don't need to have launchers open while you're playing a game for certain games. So for Modern Warfare, for me, Warzone, whatever you're playing, you don't need the app or the launcher while you're playing. So exit Battle.net completely. Also because I have a bat file that opens all my stuff at once for Call of Duty. So that's open Spotify and OBS. And so for here, you can just kind of copy my settings. Also, another hardware acceleration doesn't matter too much because it's not running while the game is, but you still don't need that. So yeah, once again, you can just copy these. So yeah, there's that. Not a whole lot you can do. Once again, if your launcher has like, I know Origin has an Origin in-game setting, you don't want Origin in-game. That's just another overlay, more notifications popping up. You don't want any of that. That's the other thing I also forgot. You don't want the Discord like notifications popping up. That's another overlay. So you make sure you turn that off. So in here, there's quite a bit on Steam. So I'm just gonna go through these. In-game, once again, the Steam overlay. You don't want overlays. You don't need the FPS counter. Just use the in-game FPS counter. Every game has one. All these, you can copy what I have checked. So there's not much. I'm actually going to be showing like a nice little like version of Steam, I guess you could say, that you can use if you're playing like a competitive game where you want the most FPS, because I'll show right now Steam has a lot of processes running. Right here, all these web clients, or the web helpers, that's just because this is almost kind of like a web page, the whole Steam store. So you can actually get rid of these. So to do that, you're gonna want to have two Steam launchers, kind of. So you can have like maybe one on your taskbar. That's the one without the web helpers, the one for your gaming, and then you can also have like a regular one here. So just know that. So in the C drive, you want to go to your Steam folder, wherever it's downloaded. In the Steam exe, you just want to make a shortcut. So it's going to make a shortcut here. And then you're going to do properties on this. And after this, like after the end of this, you're just going to do space, type in no, and then dash browser, like that. Actually, I think I haven't done this in a while. I think it's dash. So it's just like this, dash no dash browser, just like that. Apply that, and when we open Steam, actually I have to close this one first. Okay, yeah, so when you open up the no browser, that's what it's gonna look like. It's gonna open like regular Steam, and it's gonna look blank like this. So to open your games, or I'll first show that there's no web helpers. It's just Steam, only 40 megabytes of memory. To open your games, you can just close out of Steam so it minimizes down here. Right click on this, and you're gonna have your games here. Now, if the game that you're wanting to play doesn't show up here, then that means you have to play on the regular version of Steam, unfortunately. So that's just the way it is, but most of the games will come up here. So that's how you'd make that no browser Steam version. Alright, so hopefully you learned something new. You got all your applications set up, and now you know what to do when you download new applications. So that's pretty much just the basic, like, you download a new application, go straight to settings, and just go through the settings and tweak them to best fit, like, performance while you're gaming. And so next I'm probably gonna do like OBS settings, like recording settings, and I might also do like some game specific stuff. So maybe like how I get so much FPS in Modern Warfare. It really just depends. I'll be doing a few videos here and there about this. So yeah.